Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back into the Brunswick Automart Arena where Shaker Heights is taking on the St. John's Jesuit Titans. Now, entering into today, Shaker Heights is currently ranked number 25 in the state rankings, St. John's number 26. So, well, that's as close as it gets, and they're coming off of two very separate types of games in their first of the tournament. Shaker Heights tied number 12 in the state, actually really one of the best in the state, period. They actually had just tied University School right before this game. That's Olentangy Liberty, and Shaker tied them 5-5. Really should have won that game if it wasn't for just barely missing the empty net in the final couple of seconds. Connor May, you just couldn't bury it home. Liberty had the opportunity and buried it for the tie. Now, St. John's Jesuit, they lost in a big blowout to St. Ed's. They lost it 7-0 against one of the top schools in the state. And so with the way the tournament goes, Shaker, because they tied in totality, they tied the first period, they lost the second period but won the third, they now have 2.5 points, the same as Olentangy Liberty. The difference is St. John's has 0 because they could not win a single period, and they could not win the game, of course, at all if you don't win a single period. So now you get 1 point per period. If you win, you get 2 points in total, so there's 5 points to be won. Shaker tying it with Olentangy Liberty, they got 2.5, and again, St. John's still looking for their first point here today against the Red Raiders. Now the leaders after game 1, St. Edward's is winning it with 5 because of that big blowout victory against the Titans, and now Olentangy Berlin has the lead on the West Division, but that isn't really true anymore because they didn't really have a great second game, and I believe Upper Arlington was in the lead for the West Division right before this puck is set to drop. Now, the significance of yesterday's tie is huge. It means that Shaker can compete with anyone, including University School, who also tied Olentangy Liberty, but never had the lead against Olentangy Liberty like Shaker did. But now this means going into this game that it can be a trap game. That's what assistant coach Purcell was saying to me right before this game has gotten started. He was saying to me that because of that big victory yesterday against an easier opponent, they might let their guard down, but they can't let that happen. We're going to send you down to the ice. Vaughn Ullum on the call from the Brunswick Automart Arena. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shaker Heights in their all red away look. St. John's not in actually a white look. It's more of a gold, maybe a little bit of a cream color, but I would say more gold than anything. It's got that kind of Vanderbilt gold to it. Not the gold that the Nashville Predators will claim to have. That's more of a yellow. We're talking about a real gold for St. John's and a little bit of the blue accents. Shaker Heights played them actually in their home opener a couple of years ago. Shaker did lose it at home, but it was actually a pretty close affair.
Go Shaker!
And the first line out there is going to be Joey Moore, Ryan Lenahan, and Connor Mayhew. And they got all the forward points yesterday. Joey Moore with a couple of assists. Ryan Lenahan with a hat trick and 2 assists. Connor Mayhew with 2 goals and 3 assists. Those two were clicking on the left side. And that's why actually I picked the third guy, the forward, Joey Moore, to actually pop one in today for my puck in the net pick. The cameraman to go with Michael Better once again, thinking he's going to get an empty net late in the game. And student manager Charlotte Juan decided to go with Connor Mayhew. Here's the shot from Richard, and it's going to be used by the stick to send it away and off to the far side board. St. John's clears it to the neutral zone, but Shaker takes it back. Joey Moore in chase to the far side corner. He's held up along the boards. Juan joins him as we're getting some early changes in the forward spots. Lenahan playing a physical game in the near side corner, but pickpocketed. Now Lenahan needs to back check on defense now. It's Benincasa and Cam Mayhew. Keep in mind we do have Dylan Orsepke back today. There, a shot from Lenahan tips off the leg of a Titan and up and into the near side netting, so he's going to hop off as well. We apologize once again here at the Brunswick Automart Arena for any poor camera quality, though today we're trying something different for the first period, so hopefully it works a little bit better. We'll see. But yesterday, we apologize for that sort of camera quality. That did not work to our advantage whatsoever. Keep in mind, Ryan Kilt's also out for today as a forward. He is out of town, so that's not really going to help the cause of Shaker. If anything, it might get some of the forwards a couple more reps. And it looks like we're going to see who takes his spot now as Lowell Rich is coming out, the first man on the third line of forwards. Right now, pretty even, though Shaker more on the attack than St. John's. Around the board, Shaker going to get the opportunity to change. It's Arth, it's Rich, and it's Salmon right now. On defense, it's Richard and White, a pairing that the coaches have put out there. And keep in mind, head coach Bartley also out here today. He is still out, and we believe he's set to be out for the remainder of the tournament. Of course, the 4-game tournament. Your first 3 games decide who you play in Game 4. Same kind of thing as the Bowling Green Jamie Ruffner Memorial that got us started in tournament play this year. Here, Aiden Salmon taking a rough hit along the near side boards, but he's back to it. And who do we get out there? It's Max Brokaw representing the start of the 4th line, typically, but actually he's going to be out there because Ryan Kiltz cannot join. There, good physical play by Braden White. St. John's looking for their first shot on goal. Nothing yet. Pass into the slot, goes right past Max Brokaw, and the blast, and a save by Michael Better. Talk about a great performance yesterday. It was really aided by that guy, number 32, standing tall in the crease. We were thinking maybe that he wouldn't get the start here today, and I asked him on the bus ride here, I said, like, listen, are you going to be tired? And he was like, oh, yeah, but it's hockey. And so he knows he's putting his body on the line, but at the same time, it's hockey. How many games do you get to play in your senior year? It's your last chance to show what you can do on the ice for the Red Raiders. And so he's going to take the opportunities, especially after that game against Liberty. This shot from Joey Moore tipped from the blue line and all the way up. And not sure where that one ended up. It was all the way, as you can see, up into that corner just past the stands. And you can see our cameraman pointing it out to you. 12:21 left to go in the first period. 0-0 still the current score. And right off the face-off, puck rolls right over to the goaltender. Right now, St. John's winning the face-off count 4-0. Lenahan's going to try and change the narrative with a win here. We'll see. And indeed he will. Out to Benincasa. Takes the shot. And trying to get the tip was Lenahan, but a great save made by the goaltender, number 31, Lucas Borda. Nifty move that time. Here's Benincasa trying to rip another shot. Lenahan was also setting up in front of the net, trying to get it going once more. Connor Mayhew out there to the far side. Trying to take a blast was Cam Mayhew at the point as it bounced his way, but instead it's going to be tied up along the boards once more. St. John's takes it away. Now they try to get a rush going, but they can't control the puck. They're a big hit in the neutral zone on Cam Mayhew. Lenahan, however, is going to take it. Going to try and set up a shot on his own. Joey Moore taken down to the ice away from the play, but the referees are going to rule it incidental. Mayhew dumps this one down. Delayed offsides. McGinnis has to drop back, and it's still going to be offsides. And so Shaker needs to drop all the way back as faceoff seems to move all the way from one side of the ice to the other. Shaker with that long delayed offsides. Clearing by St. John's for the moment. Into the near side boards it goes. Dylan Sepke, again, a notable man that was out yesterday. The defense did actually play a solid game, but Sepke was playing the JV game last night, along with other guys dressed here today like Marios Kalergis. He was playing that game, so Noah Mayan was the backup, but we believe Kalergis set to be the backup once again today. Pass up to the point. He mishandles it. Juan to try and center it into the slot, but nobody there. This is going to be an icing on the Titans. 10:40 left to go in the first period. 0-0. Still the current score. Honestly, Shaker controlling the puck more than they have earlier. And I was talking again to Coach Pacell, and he was saying to me, like, this is and I was saying to him, we were in agreement. This team is different than it was 2 weeks ago. This is a team that can even be competitive against Gilmore Academy. It was a team Shaker lost to by 7 goals. And again, it's really backed by that first forward line. Now the Titans cleared this one, and it went off the hand of Cole Richard, but they looked to put the faceoff back in the Titans zone. So St. John's won the first 4 faceoffs. Shaker won the next 4, so it's 8 faceoffs down, 50-50 split. We'll see who wins this one. Rich, good on faceoffs. Can he win this one? Well, Shaker will take it over. Again, that third line going to be met with a freshman, but this time instead of Brokaw, it's going to be Isaac Lazar. St. John's trying to clear it away. Rich pressuring, gets it out to Lazar. Lazar centers it over. He was looking to Rich, but he was held up with a good defensive effort that time by number 19. Along the boards behind the net. Shaker trying to pass it up to Isaac Lazar so he could clear the zone, but the pass won't connect. Pass into the slot. It'll be tipped right in to Michael Better's vicinity. He covers it up. Face off back in his area. 9:51 to go in the first period. We're still scoreless. Michael Better not faced with a ton of shots on goal. Only 1 so far, and it really hasn't been anything too crazy for him to face. St. John's takes it out of the tie-up, and here's a blast from the point. Save made. Rebound was given up. Michael Better sprawls out and covers. 9:45 to go in the first period. Still scoreless. Face off to the left side of Michael Better on that far side dot. Monahan taking the draw. Of course, out there with him, Mayhew and Moore. Again, talking to Coach Pacell, he said they were out there for at least, he said, 25 minutes of a 45-minute game is that one forward line. He also said a lot of the reasoning behind that was because they got stuck in the defensive zone a lot. But still, on the attack, I mean, they got all 5 goals. Long shifts. They weren't taking any short shifts, really. On defense right now are Sepke and McGinnis. First forward line still out. And again, a lot of faith in those front 3. This one won by Shaker. That'll bounce right to Michael Better. He covers up once again. Not a whole lot of action right now as it continues to make its way over to Michael Better. St. John's controls it out of this faceoff, though. The tip in the slot, but it's actually blocked. And here's a pass up to Connor Mayhew. Breakaway chance. He's held up, and no call. Just good defense. And now St. John's tries to take it the other way, but Lenahan with the turnover along the St. John's blue line, and Shaker dumps it right back where it came from, but it looks like he was just behind the red line of center ice. They rule it an icing on Shaker. So now we get some line changes, a whole new fresh set of 5 out there on defense. White, Richard, forward 3, number 2, as Arth is there to take the face-off. He drops down. He's up against number 10, Austin Burns, and it looks like St. John's takes it away off the tie-up. Though the wrap around the boards, controlled by Richard, held up for a minute, joined by Arth, who fishes it away. And can he clear it away with the help of Juan? Indeed. He bounces it off of a stick of off of the leg of a Titan. Here's a bad turnover. And Shaker takes it in the Titan zone. Can they get something set up? Juan hangs on in the far side corner. Pumped off the play. And St. John's takes it out of the zone. This one off the stick of that forward Burns, number 10 of the Titans. But Shaker takes it back. They clear it for the tip that time was Colin Arth, but he couldn't get it. We play on far side corner boards, 7:50. 2 Titans. Still not calling it. All the players asking him to call it, and eventually one man goes down. Still not calling it, and the Titans eventually scoop it out, but here's a blast from the point from Shaker. Those blocked by the traffic in front. This is going to be offsides. That time carrying it forward was number 18, Brandon Stum, with 2 M's. 7.5 left to go. We're halfway through this first period of action. Still no goals to speak of just yet, but Shaker playing like the better team. And that third line back out with Max Brokaw as the third man there. Again, Ryan Kiltz out today. Aiden Salmon moves this one up. Lowell Rich tried to bank it off the boards and down into the Titan zone. Referee right in the way. Good work by Max Brokaw using the backhand to get it away from all the Titans. Just trying to clear it away. Lowell Rich now working with Aiden Salmon to fish it out from along the boards. Referees not wanting to call any of these whenever they get caught along the boards. Salmon takes a shot. It'll go wide in the glass. Benincasa, first man there, wraps it back where it came from. Salmon's there, though he's held up. In St. John's, he can. Shaker playing a lot more back today. Yesterday against Olentangy Liberty, a lot of those goals came off of breakaways and odd man rushes because the defense was just too up front and they weren't able to keep the forwards in front of them. This one sent all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off. A very late call, but Shaker's going to take their changes. And guess who? It's that first line of forwards. Joey Moore, Ryan Lenahan, Connor Mayhew. Joey was lined up. Mayhew, another far side corner. Sends this one up and right off of the back of the jersey of Max Brokaw in his own bench. 6:03 to go in the first period. Thank you very much for tuning in to the morning game here today. Face off to be taken by Lenahan, and it'll be one back by the Raiders. Good work by number 2-6. On defense right now, it's Ersepke, who's actually getting into it right now with a Titan. But Shaker still controls the puck. Good work by Lenahan, moving it over to Moore. Moore up to McGinnis. McGinnis goes back to the center for Lenahan. Moves around one man. He was looking for the shot, but it's poked away just in time. Around the boards. McGinnis, the first guy there on defense, and he slides it up the boards to Lenahan. Tried to center it. No one there, but Mayhew can do just that to take the puck back in his possession. Tried to center it over to Lenahan. Eventually he's going to, but Lenahan actually caught up in the corner with him. Another pass into the slot. Nobody home. Here's a pass over to Lenahan. Second chance. And it's still loose out in front. Great opportunity. Best opportunity so far on the morning game. The Raiders really winning this one so far. Icing waved off. Shaker hangs on. It's Lenahan still out there with his forward 2 and more. And Mayhew. Here comes Richard on the attack on the far side. Boards. Mayhew trying to take a rip at it. Now it goes to Mayhew, and Richard takes the blast in the slot. Shaker really pressuring him now, but the Titans able to clear it. Up the ice. The Titans pressuring, they drop it back along the blue line. No rebound given up as Better able to navigate around the traffic in front of him. He makes the glove save with 4:35 to go in the first period. Again, a period-by-period tournament. It would always be nice to get that lead right in the first period if you can, to try and solidify at least 1 point out of this. But nothing doing just yet. Still 0-0. Taking this face-off is going to be Arth. Though the Titans went back to the point. There's a shot, and just in the right place was Axel Schneider getting his stick in the lane. And Shaker tries to clear it away, but it's kind of whiffed upon, and Sebi Juan swoops in. Doesn't let the Titans get any sort of shots off. This one's tipped right in the crease of Michael Better, but flying into the back of the net was Cam Mayhew. Might have been a little bit lucky that time, but Shaker will take what they can get, and they'll take that whistle with 4:15 to go in the first. 0-0 the score. Arth still set to take this face off. He's up against number 10 Burns of the Titans. And eventually, as it was tied up, Cam Mayhew took it, gets it up to Juan in the neutral zone, who skates it from blue line to blue line. But eventually, he's met by 3 Titans protecting their zone. And they clear it away. Axel Schneider, first man there. He's quick on his feet. And he works it back to Cam Mayhew. Mayhew over to Benincasa. Benincasa held up along the boards, but with the work of Schneider, he gets it out to Arth. Arth trying to make the hit happen, but instead he's hit by Burns of the Titans. 13:35 left to go in the first period. The Titans in control of it between the blue lines. This one poked out to the red line of center ice. Shakers forward line 2, really hanging on to it for the moment. But the Titans have limited their setting up on the attack. Here's Juan trying to dump it down. Titan hopping off from the bench blocks that chance. Looks like Isaac Lazar was coming out for the third line, and looks like too many men on the ice for Shaker.
They were the one who played the puck when they were on.
If so, that's going to be the second time in 2 games. And yeah, they're going to roll it on Isaac Lazar. So second time in 2 games. Mario Scaler just actually going to join him for a little bit of company. 2 guys that were out yesterday at the JV game. But Shaker tries to clear it down quickly. Shaker's had a lot of chances on the shorthanded chance. Here he comes. Here's Connor Mayhew. On the breakaway, he misses the net. 2:50 left to go in the first period. Great chance that time for Shaker to take the lead and take momentum as their own on the penalty kill. Lenahan in the neutral zone. Under pressure, almost lost the puck. Benincasa flies in to make the play himself. Tries to pass it up to Mayhew, trying to get a secondary chance, and he's held up. That'll be a penalty on the Titans. That's what happens when you play it aggressively, but also really smart. Shaker getting the penalty to go St. John's way, and now we move to 4-on-4 hockey for the next 90 seconds. Big time stuff from Shaker. Really controlling this game right now. Though they haven't popped one yet, it's really feeling like they're going to any second now. They've had a lot of chances, especially on that last Mayhew breakaway. And here's more on the blast right off of the face-off. Behind the net, the Titans hang on. They are going to try to clear it. Moore is there to try and pressure it away, and tripped up was Arth. No call. And Moore trying to lay the body on the near side boards, but actually it's going to flip its way to Arth. Here's a 3-on-1 rush, but just losing it in front of him was Cole Richard. Richard and White out there on defense. Arth and Moore as the 2 forwards. 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute. As Isaac Lazar currently in there for too many men, and it's number 19, Bracken Buck, serving his time for holding. Along the far side, still in the attacking zone of the Titans. But Shaker takes it back on a faulty shot. Here comes Richard, moving from blue line to blue line, and he's skating it forward with authority. He holds up in the corner, passes it over to Moore on the backhand. He took the shot, but a good save that time by Borda. Off the glass, the Titans try to clear it. Moore pressures the puck out to his blue line, but the Titans back to it. Benincasa trying to create the turnover along the blue line. He can't just yet. Moore takes it, sends it over to Arth as he's going to hop off. Who comes out? Well, why not send Lenahan and Mayhew out for the final couple seconds of 4-on-4. Now out comes Lazar to make it a power play for the next 30 seconds in the advantage of Shaker. The Titans dump this one down quickly. Cam Mayhew and Andy Benincasa, the 2 on defense. And now they call a high sticking this time. It's going to be on Cam Mayhew. And now it looks like they might both be gone because of a little contact after the whistle. And they both know they both deserve it. They say they cancel out, so I believe it's going to remain a 5-on-4. 51 seconds left to go in the first period. 0-0, still the score. Pass up. Lenahan's going to be the first guy there. 3-on-1 rush if they hurry. Lenahan lost it along the boards. Tried to send it across the slot, but he couldn't find his man. Here's White taking the blast. Looking for the tip was Lenahan, but he can't get it, and the Titans going to try and clear it away. White tried to drop down to his knee to swat it back where it came from. 32 seconds to go in this first period. It looks like this one might stay tied going into the second. Oh, Shaker again has really controlled the game. Just haven't been able to score one yet. St. John's going to try to clear it down if they can, but again, another faulty pass might end up on the stick of the forwards. There, Benincasa bodied away from the blue line. Titans control it. 10 seconds left to go, or excuse me, no, 15 seconds left to go in this first period. Moore keeping it within the blue line. Lenahan trying to create the turnover in the slot. The Titans will eventually clear it. Benincasa holds it in the Shaker zone, and he's just going to hang on for the final couple of seconds. And that takes us to the end of the first period. Good period of hockey, but nothing really to speak of offensively. Those Shakers had a couple of breakaway chances, courtesy of Connor Mayhew on the attack. Just haven't been able to pop any. Would have been helpful to get that first point of this tournament game. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. They split point number 1 for game number 2. And looks like we might not have an ice cut. Acting like we're running behind schedule right now because they're not heading to the locker rooms. They're staying out for a moment. So we might not really have any sort of intermission. We might just get right back to it. As it looks like they're just going to rest for a couple of minutes on the benches, talk things over. And again, because of the wacky connection, we're just going to tell you the stats straight up. We're not going to hop back on camera. What we've got for you in that first period, the shots attempt, it's looking like how Shaker was down against Olentangy Liberty. Pretty one-sided, except this time for the face-offs. It's in the favor of St. John's. Shaker winning the shots attempted 14-5. Shots on goal 8-5. Face-offs. St. John's won that 10-8, though it was pretty even all throughout that first period. They were just able to pull away in the final couple of draws. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have a intermission. We're just getting right back to it for the middle frame. We'll probably have an ice cut between the second and third. 15 minutes up to the clock. Keep in mind the point still going to be the same type of thing. They're still going to split that first period point. Whether or not you have the intermission, that doesn't really matter. And here we go. We're right back to it. Moore out there with the forward line as they don't call this one an icing. Benincasa drops it back. He finds Cole Richard, who's held up for a moment. And we'll see. They call it a high sticking. And who do they rule it on? It seems it's going to be slash maybe?
Hooking.
On who? Hooking. On number, my goodness, we're going down the line. Number 18 gonna have the penalty. That's Brandon Stum.
Let's go, Shaker!
14:43 to go in the second period. Shaker with their first full power play. Here's Mayhew on the blast and a shot just a bit up and off target. Here's Richard trying to pass it, whiffed on it, but he gets it back and into the slot. The Titans have it in the neutral zone. Richard will get it back on his stick, and he's going to leave it to the captain, Lenahan. Lenahan skates it forward along the far side, looking for the centering feed. No, he goes for the shot, and a good save made by Borda. 0-0, our score stays in place. Again, that first line for Shaker out there all the time, so they could have really used that first intermission, but without much rest time. We'll see how they play here in the middle frame. Around the boards, Connor Mayhew hangs on. He's not pressured whatsoever. So he's got to pass it up to Cole Richard. Richard, the captain, Mayhew is pressured to get it back to the point. Now to Moore. Moore over to Lenahan, and he can't get the shot off his stick as it glides into the far side corner. Good setup. Moore and Lenahan, that kind of connection we're loving to see. Lenahan to the blue line. Richard now looking for the tip. Was the captain, Benincasa. All three captains out there for the moment. Benincasa, Lenahan, and Moore. Here's the Titans trying to create a shorthanded opportunity. But while Richard couldn't keep the puck in front of him, Mayhew swoops in and saves the day. 5 seconds left to go on Shaker Heights power play time. Pass to the near side. It's Connor Mayhew splitting two Titans, getting to the puck. The shot tipped and up into the netting. 36 seconds to go on Shaker power play, and they're going to get a new set of 5 out there to represent the Red Raiders. 13-18 to go in the second. Still scoreless. Though Shaker really controlling the game. They just haven't been able to find the back of the net just yet. Lowell Rich wins the faceoff before Axel Schneider's really ever set up. And here's Arth. Drops it back to Cam Mayhew. He looks for the shooting lane, nothing open. Shaker setting up, and this is something that we've missed from the second line of power play. It's the fact that they have not been able to set up. But here we go. Off the post. From out wide, those far side boards. It was a shot by Arth. Wrapped around the board, St. John's clears it down to Cam Mayhew. Mayhew hangs on to it along the Red Raider blue line, overskates the puck. To be on that time. One of the not calling it. And now here in the slot, or actually no, in the face-off circle, Lowell Rich takes it and off the glass clears it down. Icing waved off. And so Shaker gets an opportunity to get a couple of changes. Or I guess only one. Andy Benincasa comes out as White goes off. This one flipped up off the glass and down. Mayhew hops off. Juan comes off. On defense, joining Benincasa's Teddy McGinnis. Coaches have been playing with that pairing a lot on defense. The forward 3 for the moment is not something that we typically see. It's Connor Mayhew out there right now with Lowell Rich and Aiden Salmon. Typical third liners and Rich and Salmon out there with the 2 forward, or with the 1 forward of Connor Mayhew. And now they're just switching things up as Max Brokaw joins the play. Out there with Aiden Salmon still. Looks like Connor Mayhew hops off. So now we've got a third line kind of brewing, but actually a second line. I'm not exactly sure. Regardless, out there it's Schneider, Brokaw, and Salmon. On defense, Benincasa and McGinnis. And here comes Shaker on the attack. It's Brokaw. He scored 1 in that tournament in Bowling Green. He's looking for his second. Though right now he's held up along the far side corner boards to the left side of Borda. Up is Brokaw. Here's a blast, and it'll be a kick save by Borda. Good blast that time from Rich. 40 left to go in the second period along the near side boards. McGinnis under pressure to get it away, and get it away he does. He took the pass, though no one really there. Here it goes back to the Titans, and on the attack. They're looking for the first goal of the game, though nothing yet. Richard off the glass, clears it out to the neutral zone. First line of forwards going to be joining us shortly as Lenahan, the first guy out. Moore comes out, and now Salmon going to hop off now. Richard and McGinnis, the 2 on defense. Richard skating this one up, past the blue line, moves around one man, just can't get a good shot away as he wraps it around. Takes it to Mayhew. Mayhew passing to the slot, though nobody there. Moore sends a man in the boards. Here's Lenahan on the shot. Great kick save. Richard trying to take it. He was a little bit held up, nothing doing. Kept in at the blue line. Good work by Braden White. The shot tip into the glass, just wide of the net. Lenahan back to it in the corner boards. Held up by 2 Titans, and eventually it'll be cleared down by St. John's. Icing will be waved off. 9:30 left to go in the second period. 0-0 still the score. Lenahan holds on. Pressured by number 18, Stum. There, a harsh hit. That time, Richard and Moore decided to make the play along the boards. Made a little ballerina twirl happen with one of those St. John's Titans. Hopefully that guy's all right, but my goodness, making a fool. Refs talking to the coaches. I believe they might have wanted a penalty, though it looked like a pretty clean hit. The puck was right between his skates. So in the name of hockey, just throw him off of the puck. 9:10 left to go in this second period. This one's sent down. Icing, whistled. The forward three out right now, Juan, Schneider, and Arth. Juan, with a lot of hustle, he was already there in the attacking zone. Not sure how he flew all the way down. On defense, it's Benincasa and Cam Mayhew. This one clears the zone. The Titans have really not been able to set up too much lately. At least not much in this second period. Cam Mayhew skates it out from behind the net of Better and flips it up between the blue lines. Juan tried to bat it out of the air, but he couldn't. St. John's trying to go on the attack. Nothing yet as Mayhew holds the man along the boards. He lets his co-defenseman, the captain Benincasa, swoop in and try to get the turnover, and eventually he will. And Juan throws a man down along the near side boards. And now it looks like we have two penalties called as the referee signals to Andy Benincasa and another Titan, hey, you're both out of here. As it looks like they were just playing a little too physical, and looks like it was a cross-check on Benincasa and a holding on Parton, Reed Parton of the Titans. So they'll just be offsetting. We stick with 5-on-5. On defense are Sepke and McGinnis. First line of forwards out. They're bad play as Moore moves it, however, up to Lenahan. Bad turnover that time for the Titans. And they're throwing Moore off. And now it looks like, are they going to send anyone to the box? Maybe. I think they're going to send Joey Moore to the box maybe as well. Tension high here at the Brunswick Automart Arena. Must have called a holding on Moore. We're still sticking with 5-on-5. Just each team missing two players now because Benincasa and Moore in the box. And two Titans serving their time as well. Playing it really neutral on these referees. So it's going to be Rich now joining Lenahan and Mayhew. And Mayhew moves it up. He's looking for Rich, who's eventually able to get the puck back on his stick over to Lenahan. A shot, and it'll go wide. A lot of shots going wide for Shaker. That's why they won heavily in shots attempted in that first period, 14-5, but shots on goal, only 8-5. On the far side board, scrum for the puck. There's 3 Raiders against 1 Titan, and so the Red Raiders are going to come out with it. And out to the neutral zone. The Titans, however, going to take it back. And this one flipped on net. Michael Better uses the glove, takes it away from danger. 7.5 left to go in the second period. We're just about halfway through the game, and still no scoring. So what do they do here? They leave Connor Mayhew out.
He dropped it before our guy got there.
Referee dropping the puck before Shaker really got set on the faceoff. And now we got a slashing. Not sure who on.
On them, I thought it was on.
It looks like it's on St. John's. So, well, they're having a party in the penalty box. They've got 4 guys up in there, 3 serving a penalty, 1 just there for company, but I'm sure they don't really need much more company than that. So the penalty was on number 23, Carson Wirch. And Shaker on the power play. Puck is dropped. Lenahan wins it back. Shaker looking for goal number 1. Richard over to Lenahan. Lenahan rips the shot, and it'll be tipped, and it'll hit the post and out. Pass up to the point. Richard takes it. Lenahan took it out of the air, dropped it onto his stick, and flips it over to Richard, taking the blast, and a good save by Borda.
Go, Shaker!
7:09 left to go in the second period. Still scoreless, though. 102 seconds left to go on Shaker's power play time. Face off, tied up. Lenahan wins it back to himself, takes the shot. It's tipped and it goes in. It looks like Braden White might have tipped it, though I'm not 100% certain. It looks like they might credit it over to Lenahan, though Braden White happy about that one, because he set up the traffic regardless so that Borda couldn't see it coming his way. The shot was taken, and regardless of whether it was tipped or not, Shaker leads it 1-0. Big power play goal. Shaker's been struggling on the power play and penalty kill, so big time goal that time. And right now, Shaker's not going to try and let up. In the neutral zone, held by Cam Mayhew. Mayhew works it to Juan. A couple of his other guys on the change. Juan, however, going to flip the shot over, and he's taken down to the ice after the play, and he's going to send him to the box, it seems. Two minutes for roughing. Burns heading to the box. And yeah, St. John's playing it a little bit cheap, taking hits after the whistle, or throwing hits after the whistle. We saw yesterday, Olentangy Liberty's number 25, Randall, was ejected yesterday, which apparently the entirety of the Shaker team didn't actually know. I was talking to the coach and the players. Nobody knew he was actually ejected. They just continued to play their game, and well, it worked out. This shot tipped, and it'll go wide. This one's saved at the point by Richard, trying to get it to Lenahan, and now it's a battle for the puck possession. And now it looks like we've got a penalty. I'm not sure who on. Do they call it on Lenahan? Referee's calling it tight, calling it the way they see it. Lenahan arguing his case. Maybe a hooking. Lenahan shrugging his shoulders in the penalty box. We turn to 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 32. A lot of penalties early on in the game. Well, we're not really early on anymore. We're past the middle part. 7th penalty of the period. Referee still talking to the coaches as the puck is dropped. This referee, whoever's doing the puck drops, really impatient today. It's like he's more than likely a Texas football fan or something. He's trying to catch the game. Cole Richards sending this one down the ice. But the Titans immediately clear it away. Right now, the forwards, Joey Moore and Connor Mayhew, they're going to rule a penalty on Shaker, and Joey Moore sends a man down as well, and now he sends them both. Holy cow. That takes our whole first line.
Are you insane?
The whole entire first line of forwards to the box. Never seen that before. Joey Moore in there, Connor Mayhew in there, Ryan Lenahan in there. Wow, I've never seen that before. An entire line in the box. That's not something you see every day. 5:34 left to go in the second period. Both teams getting a little physical. And now it's a 4-on-3 for who knows how long. As Cole Richard tries to fish it away from the near side corner. St. John's with probably their best opportunity to score, because this first line of forwards with them in the box for a while. Well, they're their top scorers, and they're also showing that they're doing great on defense. This shot goes wide. 5:10 left to go in the second period. St. John's looking for their first goal, and here's the pass. One-time chance, tipped, and it goes wide. A lot of open ice right now. 4-on-3 to the advantage of St. John's. Looking for the shot, and a good kick save with the left pad. Michael Better getting it done. As now Cole Richard gonna try and start a rush the other way. Works around a man, now with Colin Arth, held up along the blue line. So now he's just gonna dump it around after the pressure. So now we turn to 5-on-3. 25 seconds of the 5-on-3. The Titans moving around the defense, looking for a wraparound chance. Closed off by Benincasa. 15 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Pass up to the face-off dot, making the save. Michael Better keeping it 1-0. Shaker leading with 4:15 to go in the second. First line of forwards still entirely in the box. Referee still explaining to the players what exactly was the case. If Shaker can kill off whatever is happening here, it'd be a big deal. So one man should be released from the box, but it's actually still 5-on-3. Moore still sits in. Here's the shot, blocked that time by Cam Mayhew, and a secondary shot saved by Michael Better. And now this one's saved once again. Not sure what the scoreboard is saying. It says Connor Mayhew, however, still in there for 10 seconds. Across the traffic in front of the crease. The shot was made along the far side post. St. John's still looking for the goal. That one's saved. And now what happens? Connor Mayhew out of the box. Who's still in there? Lenahan and Moore. Tripped up is Cam Mayhew. Michael Better raising his hand, thinking it was a penalty, and maybe it should have been. Cam Mayhew trying to poke it out. The Titans still in control. You know, it looks like this is going to be played with a high stick. So now we sort it out in the penalty box. Who's okay? It looks like everybody. Moore and Lenahan come out. Not exactly sure the referee knew what was going on either, because everybody was in the box.
At least our front line got arrested.
Yeah, if there was one benefit to that, it was the fact that the first line of forwards actually got a little bit of rest time. Cameraman telling me it's chemistry building in the penalty box. Not exactly ideal spot, but it's a spot. There's a pass into the slot, the high slot. Benincasa ripped the shot off the pass from Joey Moore and now keeps it inside of the blue line, trying to take a man down along the boards. Lenahan and Benincasa fighting for the puck possession. Lenahan rips the shot, and it's in! Lenahan with, we believe, his second of the game, and it's now 2-0. Colby Mayhew, you can see at the bottom of your screen, amped up. And aren't we all? Shaker extends the lead to 2-0 with 2:54 to go in the second period. Good stuff from Lenahan. He had a hat trick yesterday, and now he's already 66% of the way there to another. He sends Arthur the face-off dot. This referee, really odd on the face-offs. He's either too impatient or too aggravated to wait. And that time he sent Arth out of the dot, not sure why. In the slot of the Titans zone, the Titans control it and try to move it out, but Sebi Juan keeps it with himself. Now Arth takes the shot. Good accuracy on the shot, just a better blocker save by Borda, the goaltender, wearing number 31 for Titans. Here's McGinnis taking the shot, almost snuck through the 5-hole. Juan trying to get the rebound chance, but he just missed it. Now Arth overskated the puck, so the Titans on the rush. It's a 2-on-3, so Shaker able to get the poke out. And Shaker looks like they're going to control it in their zone. Juan hangs on for a moment, gets it over to Arth, who's going to try and win the race there, but no. St. John's takes it. off the boards, hits the referee, and the referee goes down along with number 28 of referee. All smiles on the referee's faces, though. Except not on the face-off referee. That man I don't think is exactly a happy man today. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Something different. A minute 50 left to go in the second period. 2-0. Shaker leading against St. John's Jesuit, number 26 in the state. Shaker, number 25 in the state, entering into today. Aiden Salmon along the near side boards. Nifty little move. And here's the shot blocker save. Aiden Salmon still looking for that first goal on the season. Rich took a shot using the blocker to send it into the near side corner boards. Isaac Lazar, the third man out with Rich and Salmon. Here's a pass into the slot. Salmon didn't play it aggressive. Maybe he could have gotten a shot away, but he elected not to. And here, a hit into the near side boards. St. John's playing it aggressively. Again, talking to assistant coach Pacell, that's what he predicted, considering he knew St. John's not exactly expected to win this game, especially after last night's result. Here's a shot. No, it's blocked. Good work by Andy Benincasa, the captain, making it happen. Here's Lowell Rich trying to center it off the far side boards. It'll go to Isaac Lazar, who dumps it down and hops off. Who comes in? It's going to be Moore and Rich as the other two forwards. 5, 6, and 7, the forwards. This shot blocked. The Titans get it, and can they clear it? Moore says no at first. Now Lenahan comes in as Rich hops off. 20 seconds left to go in the second period. Lenahan takes it, looking for the hat trick. It's poked away at first. Mayhew to center it over. He was looking to Lenahan. Lenahan was looking for the hat trick in the final moments of the second period. Cam Mayhew gets it back to Lenahan. The Titans hang on to it for a moment, try to clear it off the boards, and that they do as the time expires on the second period. So this time the coaches tell their players, you've earned it, go take your intermission. And we don't get a first intermission, but we do get a second intermission, which I guess is technically the first. But regardless, Shaker in a good game against St. John's Jesuit. They're winning it against the Titans 2-0 right now as they enter into the final frame of 15. A lot of penalties to talk about, but a couple of goals to talk about for Shaker's top line. Once again, it's Ryan Lenahan, we believe, on the 2 goals, though first one might have been tipped by Braden White. He was first in line to the fist bump, so we're going to give it to him. 2 goals to Lenahan, and that's how they lead 2-0. Shaker tying Olentangy Liberty yesterday, an unexpected result, but today Shaker trying to take care of business against what is supposed to be a easier opponent, though we know day in, day out, this is why you play the game, for the kind of unexpected results we saw yesterday. Shaker today leading their first game of the Padua Holiday Tournament Saturday game. Of course, this being actually their second of the tournament. We've got 2 more to come, and we've actually still got 15 more minutes to play of the third period. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. We'll be back for the call of the third period. And we're right back to it for the third and final period of play. Shaker Heights taking on the St. John's Jesuit Titans. And right now, Shaker leading them 2-0 as we get set for the third period puck drop. 15 minutes more to play, but here's the stats through the first 30. Shots attempted, Shaker controlling this one. In that second period, they more than doubled them up. 19-9, they won that department. And in total right now, 33-14 in shots attempted, and shots on goal 19-10. And again, in that second period, they more than doubled them up, 11-5 in face-offs. Shaker heavily won the second period, so now they're up to 20-15 in the total face-off race. In power play, St. John's had plenty of opportunities, 10 penalties in total. They haven't been able to capitalize on any just yet, 10 penalties in total on that second period. They were not able to score on any of their chances. Shaker, for the moment, going 1 for 4. St. John's on the attack. They're coming out pressuring, though Braden White trying to bank it off the boards and clear it. Lenahan falls down to the ice. No call, and I believe that's right on the referee to not call it either. 14:25 left to go in this third and final period of play. 3 points now up for grabs still. As Shaker won that period, they are now winning the points up for grabs in this game 1.5 to 1/2. Lenahan with Connor Mayhew and Moore out there as forwards, and eventually they're going to be able to get it out. Here's Lenahan. Skating the puck all by lonesome. He drops it off to Mayhew, banks it off the boards as he was looking for Lenahan, who was swooping his way back across. 13:45 left to go in the third period. The big thing now is that Shaker can't let their foot off the gas. 13:35 left to go in the third. Around the boards we go. Connor Mayhew looking to pick up the puck. He can't get it, as his brother Cam Mayhew is going to get there first. Connor Mayhew, Cam Mayhew, both serving their time out there as the first forward line remains. But on defense, Cam Mayhew, Benincasa. Finally coming out is that second line of forwards. They were out there for the first almost 2 minutes of the third period. Here's Sebi Juan working his way in, bumped off the puck by the shoulder of number 19, Bracken Buck. What a good name, Bracken Buck. There's a pass to the slot. Shaker gets the turnover. It's Arthur Schneider on the rush. Joining him is going to be Juan. We know his speed, but they're just a bad play by Juan, and they're going to call a penalty, it seems, on those corner boards hit. On the corner boards hit, excuse me. Tough call on Arth. They call it a roughing. Looked like a clean hit from here. So he was playing the man with the puck, but as the referees just don't see it that way. A lot of penalties. We're going to continue that kind of narrative into the third period as St. John's getting a power play opportunity. Again, they're 0 for 3 so far on the power play. They're a rough hit along the far side point. St. John's, a pass across the slot. Good poke from Cole Richard. Tries to clear it away with Lenahan. Up along the point. Now this pass all the way up to the stick of Connor Mayhew. Breakaway chance, but he just overskated the puck looking for the wraparound. And here's the shot. It goes wide. Mayhew and Lenahan acting as the two forwards. On defense, it's Richard and it's Benincasa. And here's a good chance. Off the skate of Benincasa, the shot went wide. Less than 12 minutes to go in the game. Shaker could use the period victory. But regardless, if the result holds, they are going to get 2 more points regardless if they win the game. Though winning the period would be lovely, because then they could bump up their total on the game to 4.5 points. This one glides over to Michael Better. He hangs on, plays it safe for the draw on his own side of the ice. 51 seconds left to go. Honestly forgot there was a man in the box. They haven't been playing like it. They've still been playing it back and forth. Referee still playing the face-offs. Really not taking his time whatsoever. He's getting right to it. He's quite impatient again. Don't want to use that word, but it's pretty accurate. Here's the shot, glove saved by Michael Better. 11-10 left to go in the third period. Good glove save that time by Michael Better. He's predicting the puck a lot better over these past couple of games, including Menor, including that game yesterday against Olentangy Liberty. Today, no different. So far, holding St. John's to 0 goals. There, Joey Moore falling down to the ice, uses the stick and dumps it down. Great effort by Joey Moore. Doesn't matter if he's falling down to the ice, he's still going to make the play for the team. And here, into the slot, Joey Moore gets the puck back in there. Sebi Juan, not sure what the idea was that time, as he was trying to make his way to the puck, but instead overskated it, and through the 5-hole it went. So the Titans have it back in the neutral zone. Richard taken down to the ice. He's trying to get it over to Arth. Arth, fresh out of the box, takes the rip at it, and the shot just a bit too elevated. So back with it, the Titans in their own zone, unable to clear it, but eventually they will. 3 shots on goal for St. John's in the power play. First line of forwards look like they're going to make their way back out. No, Joey Moore hopping off. So the second line of forwards comes out. It's Arth, it's Schneider, it's Juan. 10 minutes to go in the third period. Behind the net, Shaker takes it back and up to the point. McGinnis takes the shot. It's easily blocked. And it's a 2-on-1 to the advantage of the Titans. Taking the shot, and it's in. He elected not to go for the pass. He ripped the shot, and St. John's gets the first goal of the third period. So now Shaker trying to get back into it. They still have the lead. That's 2-1.
Let's go, Shaker!
First line of forwards out. And on defense, Benincasa and White. So 4 seniors out with a junior. A lot of veterans here on the ice right now as they try to get back into the scoring column to even the third period up and try to at least take that half point. Here's Mayhew taking a blast. It was blocked by a stick in the lane, and so Lenahan takes it, tries to center it, nobody there. Moore with the blast, and it goes wide. 9:19 to go in the third period. There, a good turnover along the blue line. Mayhew takes it, rips the shot, and it'll hit off of the chest of Borda, the goaltender, repping number 31. Here, Lenahan along the blue line needs to back up as his squad touches up between the blue lines. He still holds on, gives it over to Max Brokaw, up to Benincasa. Benincasa turns around, uses the backhand, sends it down the ice. 8:45 to go in the game. Benincasa has it. Gives it over to his forwards. Right now it's Brokaw, Lenahan, and Salmon. Lenahan waiting for his time to hop off, and eventually he's going to. As you could hear the coaches yell, Ryan, 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 and he goes off. Right now the forwards, Brokaw, Rich, Salmon on defense. Richard and White. Here's the blast. It'll go off the leg of Aiden Salmon. He can't win the race there to the puck in the neutral zone. Richard going to get it back and move it forward. What can he do? He moves around one man, trips up, takes the shot, rebound given up, but the Titans there first in the slot. The loose puck picked up by the Titans. There, a bad pass by Rich, but Shaker gets it back. Good stick work that time from Cam Mayhew. Again, Shaker just looking like a different team, and that's with individual performances and the team as a whole. Here's Max Brokaw looking for goal number 2 on the campaign. He can't get it. Flipping it up into the air was Aiden Salmon. Up to the point. It's work to Richard. Richard through the 5-hole of it forward in front of him. No, the traffic too great there. A shot in the slot. It'll go wide once more. Around the boards. Aiden Salmon tried to leave it to Cam Mayhew, but instead it sets up a 2-on-1 for the Titans. Great back check by Cam Mayhew. He ruins the 2-on-1, and then a great back check by Lowell Rich. Shaker gets it away. Great work that time to keep it a lead for the Red Raiders. Now St. John's moves it up. That would have been a hand pass every day of the week had his squad touched up. Not sure if you saw that. He flicked the wrist to purposefully pass it over to his fellow Titans. 6:50 to go in the third. Shaker has it in their attacking zone. Pass over to Ersepke. Ersepke looks for the shot. Actually a great move by Ersepke to move the shot to his forehand and increase the quality of the shot. Just couldn't bury it home. Good work by number 22. 6:43 left to go in the third period. Shaker leading 2-1. They're losing the period 1-0. Referee, once again, dropped the puck before the Titan ever even got there to the dot. He's got to be a Penn State fan or something. I mean. 6.5 left to go. Shaker ices this one down. They get some changes. Looks like they're going with a fresh set of 5. They go with what they had at the beginning of the period. Lenahan set to take the draw. Should be against Burns, and indeed it will be. And Shaker takes the draw, gets it over to Connor Mayhew, who bats it out of the air with his stick. Gets it, drops it off to Lenahan. Lenahan takes the shot. He was looking for the hat trick, but he can't get it just yet as Borda makes the save with a chest. 2-1, the Red Raiders lead it. White, Benincasa remain on defense. Forward line 1, stay put as well. Lenahan taking the draw once more, and he'll win it over to Moore. Moore, however, can't keep it with him, and it creates a 2-on-2 rush. Benincasa taking a man down along the far side boards, and now they're a hit up high on Joey Moore in the neutral zone, but the Titans take it back, and now they're on the attack. They wrap it around the boards. White and Benincasa still on defense. Forward line 1 still out there, as now it's Lenahan and Moore on a 2-on-2. Lenahan looking for the shot. He's got nothing open, but now he'll move it into the slot. Mayhew looking for the tip, and somehow it's freed out and up to the point. No, Cole Richard can't keep it in. Richard and Cam Mayhew right now on defense. Cam Mayhew hanging on to the puck, not able to get it away. His brother, Connor Mayhew, fishes it away behind the net of Michael Better, and again, this pass will get to Ryan Lenahan. Here's Connor Mayhew looking for the shot. It'll hit off of the leg of the defenseman in front of him. Here's Cam Mayhew at the point. Over to Lenahan along the far side boards. Lenahan looking for the shot. He's got nothing open. Richard, the pass into the slot, blocked by Burns, who drops down to the ice and blocks it. And now here, pass into the slot, nobody there. St. John's fans screaming for multiple penalties. Screaming for multiple penalties during that back and forth. They didn't get any. .449 left to go in the third period. Shaker leading 2-1.
Go, Shaker!
A goal in this final couple of minutes would be pretty big to try and at least even up the third period and take half a point away from St. John's. Getting 2 would be even better, but it's looking more unlikely by the second. Along the near side boards, battle for the puck possession. It's 2 Raiders, 2 Titans. Raiders send it around the boards for Max Brokaw to try and pick up. Brokaw and Lazar out there with Rich currently, making some sort of third line. Ersepke and McGinnis out on defense. Ersepke wraps it around for Brokaw. Brokaw tried to clear it. It's picked up by a Titan, but Brokaw gets it back. Banks it off the boards, finds Rich. Rich on the attack. He's got Lazar to his left, doesn't pass it over to him. Took the shot and it went wide. Sepke and Lazar tied up, so Rich takes it back. Rips another shot off the post. The second post for Shaker today. White along the Red Raider blue line. Lazar fighting for the puck possession. He'll get it. Again, he was out yesterday with a JV team along with Max Brokaw and other guys like Dylan Sepke and Marios Kalergis, who are all dressed here today. You just saw Sepke 1 moment ago. Here's Benincasa moving it up. And here he goes on the attack. He drops it off to Juan. Juan trying to center it back to Benincasa. So now Benincasa needs to get back. No! Schneider takes the chance, took the shot, and what a phenomenal save by Borda. Big time clutch save by Borda. The goaltender wearing number 31. 3:30 left to go in the third period. Braden White back behind the net of Michael Better. Up to Benincasa. Those are the two seniors on defense. The forward line, two, still remains. As it goes around the boards, it's with Juan. Juan with a good stick lift that time by Burns, number 10. We've been calling his name a lot for St. John's. Made the play, got it back in Titan possession. Benincasa in a battle for the possession now along the Red Raider blue line, along the near side boards. And here comes Axel Schneider along the near side boards, looking for the shooting lane. He's got one, he rips it, but it goes wide. Taken down to the ice that time. And the Titans just able to poke it out. 2.5 left to go. St. John's fighting to tie it. They've got nothing yet. As this time, who grabs it? It's going to be Colin Arth, using his speed to his advantage, skating it up all by himself and eventually thrown off the puck. 2:15 to go in the third. Richard throws a man off the play. First man there is Cam Mayhew. Around the boards we go. First line of forwards now out, and they might be serving the rest of the time. A lot of tension here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena West Rink. Net is empty. Shaker was in the same kind of position yesterday where they had the empty net. Mayhew missed it by 2 feet, and the Patriots of Liberty were able to tie it up. And now the Titans trying to do the same kind of thing here, looking for the shot. It goes too high. Mayhew tries to poke it away. Puck is up for grabs along the far side boards, and now Mayhew held up against 3 Titans, but somehow Lenahan swoops in, fishes it out, takes the dump down the ice. 89 seconds left to go in the game, as it'll be an icing on the Red Raiders. And a timeout taken by Shaker. We step aside. Tense position right now for Shaker. St. John's, however, a bit more eager to get that goal to try and tie it up and come out of this one with a big time, not even an upset, but just a big time result so they can try and get back into this tournament after a big time loss against St. Ed's. We step aside. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be back for the final 89 seconds. Shaker up 2-1. Referee blows his whistle. Shaker set for the face-off, but now joining them are going to be the opponent. The Titans of St. John's stepping in. They're down by 1, looking to tie it up in the final minute 29. We'll see. Here's a blast from the point. Save made by Michael Better. Referee blows his whistle. He drops the puck in front of him. Only 4 seconds off the clock that time. Shaker up 2-1. 2 goals, we believe, from Ryan Lenahan. Maybe the first one from Braden White as it was tipped off of him. Net is empty on the other side. It's 6-on-5 to the advantage of the Titans. A lot of guys scrambling for the puck. And eventually a good stick lift gets it back to the Titans as Benincasa also throws a man into the boards. A minute left to go. Mayhew tries to clear it down. Now it looks like we are going to have a penalty called. We'll see who won. He's going to send, once again, two different people. They send Joey Moore. Not sure what he did. 59 seconds to go. It's still 5-on-5. Mayhew and Lenahan still out there. Arth is going to be the replacement in for Joey Moore, and this good work by Lenahan to send this one out from their blue line immediately. St. John's clears it out of their zone quickly. 55 seconds left to go. St. John's on the attack. It's still 6-on-5 with their net empty. Richard thrown in the boards. Behind the net, Michael Better scrambling to find where the puck is. Mayhew pokes it out of danger for the moment, but now Benincasa has it. He wraps it around. Cole Richard can't get it first. At that point, they wrap it back. In the corner, they're a low percentage shot. It was loose in the crease. And now another pass. It'll go off the stick of a Titan and clear. 15 seconds to go in the third period. Cole Richard and Ryan Lenahan trying to fish it away from the near side boards, but here come the Titans on the attack. Great back check by Richard. It'll clear out of the zone. 5 seconds left. That's going to do it. Shaker gets the victory in game 2. The empty net would have helped him out, would have given him an extra half point, but they're going to leave it with 3.5, and now that brings their total up to 6 in the East Division. Shaker ranked number 25 in the state rankings. St. John's number 26, so this is the kind of outcome maybe you could have expected with a 2-5 win for the 25 team. And that was your Red Raiders. Big time win. They tied the first one. They won the next, and now they're looking to play Sylvania Northview in their third game tonight at 8:10. And we're going to send you back up here to our elevated position. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. Let's hit you with the stats before we go. Shaker Heights with the shots attempted. They won it 48-25, and shots on goal, however, a lot more close. They won it 23-17, but in the face-offs, Shaker won that as well, 27-21. So it was a big-time effort by Shaker. They really did dominate a lot of that game, and that's why the stats went so far in their advantage. On the power play, each team had 4 opportunities. Shaker was the only team that was able to capitalize. They went 1 for 4. 2 goals for Shaker, which was all they needed. Those 2 goals coming from Ryan Lenahan, who is keeping his streak going, except for maybe that first goal might have been scored by Braden White. We'll see how they scored officially because it might have been tipped off of White, but again, Ryan Lenahan first in line for the fist bump. So Shaker Heights wins this one by a final of 2-1. They're going to leave this game with 3.5 points because they tied the first period. They won the next, but then they lost that third period, and they won the game overall 2-1. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. We will see you at 8:10 as Shaker Heights takes on their toughest competition of this tournament. They're taking on Sylvania Northview, ranked number 9th in the state rankings. We'll see how that goes. Catch it at 8:10 right here on Shaker Heights.